Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal. Dr. Nielsen is here to give us some great information. We're going to both share some stuff about black mold and how to deal with mold in your house, how to deal with it with your body to help your body, and some of the steps that you might need to take to get rid of black mold because it's not just about learning to live with it. That is not the
Yeah.
answer. So let's just talk about black mold and what it does. Let's just talk about what it does really quick to your body and go
What it
from
does
there.
to your body, it destroys everything. I mean, that's the crazy thing with mold, and especially black mold, is you can have any symptom. Some of the classic ones will be cough, a throat, like you can't ever clear your throat. The other thing we'll see is like brain fog or headaches, crazy headaches, but it's like persistent. It just won't clear. I'll also see that sometimes I didn't mention this, but I'll also see that, especially here in Utah with basements, I'll see that with uranium or radon,
Hmm.
so radioactive. But with mold, one of the things you guys, and I've taken care of. In fact, I just had a patient. They had moved out of their home for couple months. It was mold issue. And so what do I guess you kind of wanted me to talk about, yeah, why is it so severe? What does it act like? It kind of acts like this. Imagine you have a computer and you go over to your computer, let's say it's a laptop, and imagine you just take like orange juice and you just go and dump orange juice onto your computer. And that's kind of what mold does, because it's going to short circuit, right? Or if you go and dump salt water right into the computer. That's what mold acts like. It doesn't always act like that in all the cells, but once there's enough of a toxicity, it short circuits your ability for communication. It creates blocking in every single cell that it affects, and so that's why I say the symptoms can be anything and everything. But that's kind of like what an analogy I would say works like.
And you mostly get mold spores from breathing them in the air, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So if
Yes.
you have, they're a common, like you said, a lot of places have basements. I know there's some places like in California where they don't have basements, but if you
I
have
see a ton of mold though from
a ton of
California.
mold in California, and I always notice when I'm somewhere tropical, like if I ever go spend a vacation in a place like Hawaii,
Hmm.
it always smells moldy to me.
Yes.
Like I'm super sensitive to stuff like that. I mean, as far as I can really smell. So if you've got a leak, if you live in a really moist
Yeah, let's
place,
talk about that.
so
A
yeah,
leak. Okay. You guys, if you have let's say a shower is leaking, you notice, I'm not talking mold like in the shower, I'm talking like, let's say there's some mold outside of the shower and you start noticing mold on the drywall.
right.
That means that's like the tip of the iceberg. That means behind the walls, there's a ton of mold and you need to professionally, excuse me, get that taken care of. I had one lady that she came to me and I tested her and I said, you've got there's like mold in your house. And you're just kind of like, oh, actually, we had some mushrooms, not like we had some mushrooms growing in our carpet downstairs because they had a leak. That's how bad it was. And there was enough water and it started actually growing
Oh my gosh.
mushrooms in their carpet, you guys. And so how does that happen? How do you grow, like, are there spores in the carpet? No. What happens is you wear your shoes outside, there's spores all over the place. You wear them inside, they're in the carpet, and then you go and add water to it and you start growing mushrooms, okay? So that was a black mold. However, there was black mold, and I kept whenever I'd scan her, I kept saying, there you have. So she told me about that. It kept coming up, and I said, there's still mold because it was affecting her. It was actually affecting her thyroid and her metabolism. And she said, nope, we're good. I said, nope, you're not. Like, there's mold. Anyways, you guys, craziest thing, sure enough, she said, I know you kept telling me there's mold, and I kept having to give her treatments for mold. And we'll talk about what we use for that. And sure enough, she said, you wouldn't believe this, but guess what? We're remodeling, and guess what they found behind my shower? There was a leak, and the whole wall was black mold, the whole shower in there, and it had gone down. The house was just black mold. She said, isn't that crazy? You kept telling me over and over. So, what are some of the things that I like to use? One of the best things, you guys, one of the best best herbs for mold and for remediation of mold is an herb called lomatium. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love to use the LDM or a immunity boost to really hit things hard. Along with that, there's a couple of products you can use. Mycoside, which is another Barlow Herbal. One of the other things that I really like to use, I use a product from one of my friend's company, another friend, Fung X. And then almost always, you guys, I sought this out, but I use a product that is called FNG. You can't get it over the counter, if you will. You have to get it like from a doctor's office. We do carry that, and we do carry the other.
So it's F?
F as in fungus, F as in Frank, N as in Nielsen, G as in golly,
So
FNG.
it's like the
It's for
acronym
fungus.
FNG.
Yeah, it's for fungus.
So this is something, so you were telling me before we started recording, this is a homeopathic.
Yes.
And this is something, so this goes in and it helps to clear the mold spores?
Yes, to help eliminate. So what it does is
Okay.
it allows your body to recognize, you guys, our body it's phenomenal how the creator made our body. We get let's say this is, here I have this little infection. What we'll do, oh, I'm about to sneeze. Just talking. Excuse me. So just thinking about mold, you made me sneeze. Not really. So let's say this is an mold spore. And let's say it keeps coming in. For a lot of us, what normally should happen is our body should take it, recognize it, and then sneeze and get it out. Well, let's say we keep getting bombarded by mold. It reminds me of another little kid that came in a while ago, a little infant, and I said, "Oh, you guys, this baby has mold," or it's being bombarded by mold spores, and the parents are like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, it's going on." So we gave them this little baby infant FNG. Because what happened is all these mold spores kept coming in, and the person could no longer sneeze it out, get rid of it, eliminate it. So what will happen sometimes is the body will take it, package it up, and put it on a shelf, but it never eliminates it. So what the homeopathic does is it reawakens and says, hey, there's a problem. Oh yeah, we've got these mold spores. We need to eliminate those. And so sometimes you will, after starting to take it, you will go through a little bit of a detox, and that can be like, oh my goodness, but it's okay.
Sneezing, or what kind of
Sometimes
detox?
sneezing, rash.
Okay.
A classic example, you guys, if anybody have ever had a rash, from detoxing like with lomatium, that's a classic detox rash. Or sneezing, or increased perspiring, or just like headachy, just a change. But I love to use the homeopathy. The point of that was I love to use the homeopathic FNG. It's really easy, as instead of going to like a classical homeopathy where I'm looking at an individual remedy like, what would I use? I might use like an allium cepa or something else. I'm just throwing something out there. But yeah, those are some of my combinations.
It sounds like it's safe for babies too.
Very safe. Very safe for infants. Awesome. I'll have mom take it. I usually have mom take it. But if need be, if it is for an infant, I'll use that, or one other product that I'll have mom just give it a couple of drops. If you do call our office and if you're using it for an infant, you need to let us know so that we can kind of walk you through that.
Okay, that's perfect. So here's the deal. There are some definitely amazing things that you can do.
Oh, absolutely.
To protect your body from if you get exposed to black mold. But here's the number one kicker. You need to have a professional find the problem and correct the problem.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't just cover up you can't just take these things and expect to get well and maybe just stay on top of it. No, you need to find out if you have a leak, if you have something that's causing this, and it's usually something behind something where there's moisture and water that's feeding the spores. If you see black mold in your bathroom, like on the inside of your shower, definitely there's probably
take care of it.
Take care of it.
Don't that one you can usually take care of. Yeah, clean it.
Clean it. Keep your bathroom clean. I mean, this is basic human stuff. But if you are having a problem, and maybe there's not a leak, but if there's water in your shower and it doesn't have a chance to dry out, it could start to form black mold. And I think all of us have seen this at one time or another in our lives, whether it's in our own shower, a friend's shower, a relative shower.
Right.
Maybe we went through a period in our 20s when we weren't super clean and didn't clean our shower. Whatever. We've all seen that. That's the surface stuff that you can go in and get clean. And I have a favorite mixture I like with tea tree oil, hydrogen peroxide,
and baking soda,
and even sometimes apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar.
Right.
And you can actually put some gloves on, put a mask on if it's super bad when you clean it.
Yeah, I use a full mask,
Use
like
a
painter's
full,
mask.
right, use a painter's mask, get gloves, make this solution, and then go in there and just clean it all out. So I know this is basic human stuff to keep your place clean, but this can affect your health
Oh,
in a huge way,
so
and it doesn't have
much.
to be that way. So I'm going to put the link to your F&G product, and this is something
Oh, they can't get it in a link. It's unfortunately we've made an
oh,
agreement.
oh,
They
you have to
actually have to
call.
call us. They
All
yeah,
right,
this
I'll put your
we've made an
office
agreement
number.
with them.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can talk to the people at his office are amazing. They're very helpful, and if you're interested in getting this F&G homeopathic, I'll put your
Yeah.
number.
That's the best, you guys.
Yeah,
I have an agreement with certain companies that we won't they don't want it out there on the internet so anybody can sell it, even though this is for you and you're like
yeah,
we're like friends now. Come on, but yeah,
yeah,
just give our office a call. We'll help you out.
yeah. Okay, guys, and thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, I monitor the comments below the video. If you like these videos, please just hit subscribe, and you'll always get a notification when we drop one. So thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome.